So I kind of miscontrolled it a little bit, and he looked at me and he thought, 12.6 million, that's what you worth. And if it was Cantona, he would have controlled it. So then that's when I realized I was introduced to the Manchester United squad. The challenge was huge, and the first 6 months was very, very challenging. You can imagine a young boy being away from home that time. I did miss my parents, I did miss my friends, but I also knew in the back of my mind that this was a chance for me to become somebody and to try and make it into the professional world. So I had to adapt very quickly. Well, it was amazing, wasn't it? I mean, sometimes you play football throughout your career and you have an understanding with certain people on the football pitch. That's why you have that sort of bond and, that understanding when you play football. But I was very lucky. I came into a squad that was full of world-class players with a world-class manager. And so my transition from Aston Villa to Man United was one that wasn't that difficult at all in my eyes. And the opportunity to play alongside Andy Cole, also not to mention the likes of Teddy Sheringham and Ollie, our current manager. Having those quality strikers around you, you know that you can only better yourself as an individual. But there was nothing like me and Cole. We had a totally understanding. We had a friendship off the football pitch as well that was really close and fun. And so the magic of playing together just seems like the perfect marriage, as we say. You've got to get the basic side of it right. I call it the fundamental side of football, passing and controlling. And I think those are the two simplest things. If you can add that, if you can have those two things on a 50 cent where you can pass it accurately and you can control it very closely, you're always going to gain the sort of extra yard that you need on defenders. And if you can see a pass, that helps you as well. So those are the two things I would say, as well as your work ethic. And then from there, you can start to add to things that can develop. The Friday morning, I got into training early and was introduced to everybody. And I was dead excited to be part of such a great squad and a great team with the tradition of Man United, the history behind Manchester United Football Club. I was very, very excited. So we had a little bit of a keep ball position and a box, as we call it. And I never forget it. And then I would stand about 5 meters away from Roy Keane and we were keeping the ball. And then he sort of pinged one at me straight away. And so it was that hard at me. I didn't expect it to be that hard. And so I kind of miscontrolled it a little bit. And he looked at me and he thought, 12.6 million, that's what you worth. And if it was Cantona, he would have controlled it. So then that's when I realized I was introduced to the Manchester United squad and I needed to step up my game even from the very day I trained, the first day I trained with the squad. The sort of noise from the opposition, from the West Ham fans and the roar when we came into the stadium, I'd never seen anything like it. It was, they were going crazy, and to see the reaction when the bus pulled up and when we all came off the bus and the reaction from the staff from the West Ham area, how they operate and they give way to all of us, that was all new to me. And so West Ham away wasn't probably my greatest, what I call my debut, but it was certainly an interesting one. That's the difference when I played at Aston Villa. Going through the motions sometimes in training and still being the best player. That wasn't the case at United. You needed to push yourself. You said going the distance. You would test every day. There were healthy competition there. You're seeing the squad that we had back in those days with Ollie and Teddy and Coley. You needed to be at your best. So when you talk about going the distance, that was particularly the reason behind it. And the reason behind it was to make sure and test yourself every day. There was no let up. Maybe you might have got away with the odd day, but if you go through the motion there, then you were found out very quickly. because of the quality of the players.